This is how I'm feeling about Monday. Oh, it's absolutely miserable out here. It's been Storm Isha, I think the name, all evening, so it's been fairly wild. Just up at the warehouse here, take a look around. I don't think there's any damage as such, but the weather was absolutely wild all night, so wee bit later than starting this morning. Was in the office for a wee bit there, but just up to the warehouse. Anyway folks, welcome back. This is week to week. My name's William, along with my fiancée Laura and my brother Andrew. We run the attachment company. If you're new here, welcome. If you've watched these before, you'll know the script, but this is the series and the weekly series where we try and take you behind the scenes, show you what it takes to run our business here in the UK and a little bit of our business in the USA as well. We'll try and show you the wins, the losses, the challenges, the day-to-day goings on, the orders we're packing, the orders we're discussing, everything. We try and show you behind the scenes of what it takes to run a business like ours. So it's Monday, back at it, another week. As I say, it is miserable outside. It has been pretty much all weekend, but last night was fairly wild. What's on the plans this morning? If you watched last week, you'll have seen me getting this bracket ready. It needs to go on that Simex planer. We'll get that on there in a bit. We've got an auger bracket. It got welded up over the weekend. I need to go and put some paint on that so we can pack that up. So that'll be 2 orders going out, planer and the auger package. So let's get a start on those, and once they're a bit more ready to go, I'll show you around. Right, let me give you a quick look round about this before I finish packing it up. It is a Simex PLB 350 planer. I'll put the specs in here as well. Double depth planer with a bracket on it for a JCB 3CX. Big shout to John and Grant Miller again for getting the bracket done in super quick time. It's very, very much appreciated, and they've done a real tidy job of it. So I'll give you a quick look around of this just now. Then we'll get finished packing it up. Simex PLB 350 road planer with a bracket for a JCB 3CX. This was an ex-display planer for this year. Hasn't actually done any work, so the customer is getting a cracking deal on it. Come with the same warranty, comes with everything it would if it were new, just at a really good price, because I say it was our demo model for the year. You can just about see the teeth there. I've still got the paint on them, they've done no work. That's what actually contacts the road and does the planing. And then just a pair of hoses. That's pretty cool to get this out with just having started to work with Simex sort of middle of last year. And planers, and this planer specifically, being a fairly core product to them, it's good to see a couple of them start to move and get a little bit of traction. So yeah, pretty cool. Good start to a Monday. I think that's it, pretty much ready to go. One more thing needs to go with it. Full set of replacement teeth. This is teeth we're looking at on the underside of it. Fairly easy to replace. Comes with the tools to remove the old ones and put the new ones in. Done, ready to go. On to the next one. We'll cut in some footage here of one of these planers going to work, but good to see that getting out. On an unrelated note, remember how miserable I said it was this morning and last night? Yep. It's got worse again. Absolutely horrible. Pack loads of these on this channel, so I'll just give you a quick run round what this is. It is of course the trusty Auger Torque X2500 auger package. This one for the JCB 8026 2.5 ton mini digger with a 300mm S4 tungsten auger. So this is actually going with an auger with it, but it's not necessarily going just to drill holes. It is going to do something a little bit different and help put in frames, ground screws for frames for solar panels, which is, we've done quite a few like that, but I've never actually made it to site to see one working, but I'll try and put a picture in here of the sort of thing we're talking about. So that should be pretty cool. That's something a little bit different. This is pretty much ready to go. Drive unit, auger, cradle. As I say, it's for a JCB 8026 2.5 ton mini digger. Yeah, let's get it packed up and get it out of here. Monday afternoon and we have a delivery. Truth be told, this arrived Friday last week for a customer's order. We've been waiting on it for a few weeks. So let's get it open, I'll show you around. It is, let me show you, an Auger Torque VM1000 mulcher. Brand new for a customer's order. It is fitted with the fixed tungsten teeth. I will put a picture in here just to show you what that looks like. Now this bracket has to get modified slightly. It should have came with the bolt plate in the bottom, which it's got, and then another bolt plate here, and then this hitch bracket bolted on the top. However, that's not been the case. It's came the way it has. It's fine, we can make it work. The reason for that is we are planning to fabricate a foot that goes out the back, down the back of the unit to let the customer basically manoeuvre about a little bit easier by using the foot and using the teeth on the feet rather than putting the weight of the excavator on the mulcher. Apologies for that, interrupted there, there was a customer came in. What I was saying was we are building a foot that goes out the back of the mulcher. It will come out the back, it'll come down somewhere about here. We'll have two teeth on it just to let them manoeuvre around a little bit better rather than putting the whole weight of the excavator on top of the mulcher. So yeah, this will be the first one of these this year. I think we've done 3 or 4 of these last year, so good to get a bit of traction with these as well. It's going to leave here tomorrow and we're going to send the foot to follow once we've got it built. I'll hose it up in the morning and I can get out of here tomorrow. Tuesday morning, we're back in the warehouse, we're packing more orders, let's go! that's us done, pretty much ready to go with all of today's orders. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 outside, 5 in total. Let me quickly run you through what we've packed up and what attachments are going out today. Starting off small, a 1 metre S4 extension, just a straight extension bar, 65mm round hub and shaft, fits all Auger Torque drives X1500 to 4500. Then, getting a little bit bigger again, you've seen us do multiple of these drives. A bulk order for Auger Torque X2500 drive units. It's gone down to a customer of ours. They buy a lot of these drives from us. They don't use them in excavators, they use them for a slightly different purpose. It's always nice to get their order and let us shift a few more units. Then, the trusty X2500 auger package. That one is going with a 200mm tungsten auger, a 250mm log splitter cone, and a mini loader frame. So that's going to go on the customer's multi-one mini loader. I'll try and put a picture in here. I don't know if I have a multi-one. I definitely have an Avant picture I can put in here to show you. That's going with, as I say, the splitter cone, our own splitter cone, and the auger. It also is going with an excavator bracket. However, the customer was in a hurry to get a solution to get them going. So we're sending everything that's there just now, that's in stock. We're going to make the excavator bracket and we're going to send it down at the end of the week. That's the next plan for the day, is to go get that bracket made. We need to go to the machine shop. There's a couple of adjustments need made, but I'll show you that later on. That's going on the customer's Sani SY19. Then it's the big order of the day, the attachment I showed you around yesterday, the Auger Torque VM1000 fixed tooth mulcher. A 1 metre wide mulcher, fixed teeth for sort of heavy clearance work, heavy tree mulching and ground clearance. That's going with a bracket on it for a JCB 3CX dimensions, but it's going on the customer's 8-ton excavator. I think it's a Case CX80. I've put a set of hoses and couplers on it, 2 3/4 BSP hoses and 1 1/2-inch BSP hose. Because this attachment is getting towards the larger range that we offer and the sort of work that it's expected to do, it requires a case drain hose. So that's 1 single acting hydraulic circuit, a flow and return, and 1 case drain. What the case drain does is any excess pressure or oil returns back the case drain hose to the excavator. It's only really required in applications like this when the drum's spinning at thousands of RPMs, and then if it comes to a halt, a stall, or a really, really quick slow down, all that extra oil pressure and oil flow can get back to the tank, therefore reducing any chance of damage on the hydraulic motor in the mulcher. Hopefully that explanation made sense. Any questions on that, leave me a comment, or anybody that wants to pull me up on my explanation of case drain hoses, pull me up in the comments. Otherwise, we're pretty much done for this morning. As I say, 5 orders ready to go. Just need to finish wrapping this, wrap, tape, label this up, pallet ways. I'll pick these up this afternoon. They should be with all of the customers tomorrow. And yeah, good start to the week. Took an order this morning for another Simex planer, same as we dispatched yesterday. So we'll get that on order from Simex. That should be here next week. We'll get a bracket on that. So yeah, pretty good start to the week. Let's get these out of here and get on with the rest of the work. Wednesday morning, we're back here in the warehouse again, looking at a couple of parts to take to the welders. Apologies, yesterday kind of finished a little bit abruptly. Some things came up, some meetings came up that were a bit last minute that I had to go and take, hence why we never got to the welders, to the blacksmiths yesterday. Going there this morning, that's first on the plan today. As for last night's meeting, there's a few things in the works just now that are really, really exciting and hopefully turn out to be as good as they potentially could be, and it's really annoying me that I can't quite share it with you at the moment. There's 2 or 3 things that really need to fit into place to allow everything else to go forward. I've been using this analogy, and I'm going to say it one more time on here. It's a bit like you're playing Tetris, and we've got all the blocks up one side, and we're needing a couple of those long skinny pieces just to click into place, to fall at the right time, to fall at the right angle, just to let us push ahead and really make a big push this year. So all in all, the meetings have been positive. As I say, we need a few things to slot into place and let us just kick on. I know that's a little bit abstract. I wish I could tell you more information. I can't at the moment, and if it comes to fruition, you'll see why. And of course, I will let you know all the details and all the plans as soon as I can. So that's where we're up to. It's Wednesday morning, we're in the warehouse. I'm going to look some parts out here. There's some bits I need to take to the welders. We also need to get them to make another bracket for a Simex planer, same as the one you've seen at the start of this week, because we've taken another order for the same planer, waiting it coming in from Italy, so we can make the bracket in the meantime. That way when it gets here, it's just a case of putting hoses on it, the bracket on it, and sending it to the customer. So that's the headlines. Bit to get done today, so let's go. Brackets looked out. Let me quickly show you around the plan for these. So that is a 35mm pin bracket. It is initially for a Kubota U27, and that is an Auger Torque cradle assembly for an X2500. So that's the drive for the same size drive units you've seen us packing up yesterday. That is the corresponding cradle assembly. What we do is we stock top brackets to suit various machines. We stock bottom cradle assemblies, and we weld one to the other. Fairly self-explanatory. You've seen us do bunches of these. Why do we need to take this one to the machine shop? Let me show you. So this is for a Kubota U27. As I said, it's 35mm pin diameter. It's 136mm, what we would call pin centres. That is the measurement from the middle of this pin to the middle of this pin. What we need for this customer's requirement is 30mm pins, 136mm pin centres, and 115mm what we would call dipper width, which is this distance here. This one here is 110, so we're going to have to increase the distance, the clearance between the inside of these ears, and we're also going to have to lathe down the centre of these pins from 35mm to 30mm. And that's work that we just simply do not have the tooling in-house to be able to do ourselves. So again, it's where it comes crucial that you have good relationships with good local small businesses, small suppliers, that you can take one-off bespoke work like this to and get it done to a good standard without paying completely through the nose for it. Our whole point in keeping these brackets in stock is to reduce the time frame it takes to get it out to you, the customer, and to make it as cost effective for us and also for you. So if we then have to spend £200 or £300 to modify it, that's not going to be cost effective for anybody. So again, that's where it comes in to having good relationships with people locally that can do this sort of work. So they're looked out, they're ready to go. Woody's with me this morning, so I'm going to take him back down, put him in the office, load these up, and we'll get these over to the welders just now. It is Thursday morning, just came up to the warehouse to pack the only order for today. A little small order for a 25mm pin hitch bracket for a customer's Kubota U10. Just a little 1 ton micro digger. Packed it up, it's ready to go. UPS will pick it up this afternoon. Nothing terribly more exciting as far as orders go today. That being said, I have a couple of things lined up for this afternoon. If you watched, it wouldn't be last week's, the week before's episode, or it might have been last week because I think we've done a double. Anyway, we dispatched a big Auger Torque 42,000 max drive. In fact, it was last week, now I think about it. A big Auger Torque 42,000 max with a horizontal drilling cradle. I'll put a picture in here or a bit of a clip in here so you can see it. If you want to see more, go back and watch that video. We dispatched it, and I said at the time there were some big horizontal augers to go with it. Well, they've arrived here in Scotland. They're at the manufacturers this morning. They were ordering them in from their partners in Germany. They were getting fabricated in Germany, coming to the UK, and then we're going to send them back out to the customer. So I'm going to nip over and see them. I'll show you around them, of course, this afternoon. That should let you have a better idea of what that big drive was actually for. Other than that, that's all we've got planned. With a customer, in fact, before we go there, a customer coming in with a GB breaker. It's an older one. We never supplied it at the time, but he's a friend of mine. He's a customer of ours, and he's looking to sell it. So we're going to just check it over, gas it up, make sure it's good to go. If it needs resealed, we'll do that. He's dropping that off this morning. Once that's dropped off, I'll quickly show you around it, and then we can go look at these augers. Thursday afternoon, been for a meeting with a customer, a local customer, that are looking to put a flail on a track stump grinder. That looks like that's going ahead. We'll need to design that up. I'll give you more details on that come the time. And also, as I promised this morning, here is a quick look around the augers for the horizontal drilling unit. Those are 680 diameter, 4 3-metre sections. Yeah, 3-metre sections? Yeah, 4 3-metre sections, 680 diameter with 2 different drilling heads. And you can see just how heavy duty and well spec'd they are, which is pretty cool. You can see there how the hex male connects both of the sections together and then lets you use the different drill heads. So pretty cool. Big shout to NUB at Motherwell for organising them. They came in from Germany this morning. They'll go back out tomorrow. They will be with the customer Monday. That's the big happenings for Thursday. Get back to the office now, get a couple of hours in there, get some things to review with Andrew, and that'll be us for Thursday. Good morning, Friday morning. We're back in the warehouse, we're back at it. One Auger Torque package to go out this morning. Let's go get it packed and then I'll show you around. Let's go. I won't spend too much time showing you this because we've packed a load of these this week. It is, of course, the X2500, the Auger Torque X2500 package. Drive unit, 150mm tungsten auger, 300mm tungsten auger, and a double pin cradle hitch for a customer's Bobcat E26. 35mm pins, 200mm pin centres, hydraulic hoses with it, pretty much ready to go. Yeah, we've seen enough of them this week, haven't we? That's a quick show around it though, just to keep you up to date. So, put the lids back on, strap it, wrap it, tape it, label it, and it'll be good to go. Ready to go. Right, quick update. It is Sunday midday, 12:30 Sunday. Didn't show you much yesterday. I was in the warehouse for a couple of hours, done a bit of tidying up, and then I was in the office. I try not to show you much of the office stuff, just to be honest with you. It's not terribly exciting. However, I am in here today, and I'm sure I mentioned the other day about the mulcher. The VM1000 mulcher we sent out, we have been designing a foot for it, which looks something like this. You can see there, that's the body of the mulcher, and that will be the bolt-on foot. First time we've ever built anything like that, but it's a beauty of being able to design and build stuff ourselves. Andrew drew that up. We got the model from Auger Torque for the mulcher. He drew that up. I'm going to get the pieces cut this week. We'll get them in here and we'll get it built, and of course I will show you the full process. Other than that, nothing terribly exciting. I'm in the office doing a bit today. Apparently I've developed a serious cold. I've not been crying, promise, although I look like it. But yeah, just in the office doing a bit here, getting ready for the new week, tidying up a bit for last week. I won't bother showing you the office work. As I say, it's nothing terribly exciting. It's just paperwork and catching up on some emails. I like to schedule some emails for Monday morning so they get actioned as soon as people get in and get to their work and so on and so forth. So, with that being said, is this the last week of the year? Last week of the month? Yep, 3 days into next week and we'll be into February. We're very, very close to January being done. And to be completely honest, it has been far better than I ever expected. So, fingers crossed that continues into February and into the first sort of quarter of the year. And folks, if you've made it again to the end of this video, it is thoroughly, thoroughly appreciated. The whole point in doing this is to give you a look behind the scenes of what we're about, and the fact that people are actually watching it makes it way more worthwhile from my point of view. Episode 22, which was the last one before Christmas, New Year, went live yesterday. I'll link it up here somewhere, whatever side it appears on. But yeah, thank you if you made it all the way to the end. That is us for this week, and for the last full week of January. Yeah, see you next week.